The dog stared at the crib for hours. When the mother approached, her heart stopped. Wait until you discover what this dog was protecting. You won't believe it. Hey you. Yes, you who love animals and know that our pets are so much more than simple household companions. Before we continue, hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel, because the story I'm about to tell you today will touch every fiber of your heart. And turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any incredible stories like this one. The strange behavior that changed everything. You know that moment when you realize something is different? That's exactly what happened to Sarah, a first-time mother who had just come home with her newborn baby. Everything seemed perfect. The nursery decorated with so much love, the brand new crib waiting for little Lucas, and Duke, her 5-year-old golden retriever who had always been the most docile and calm dog in the world. But then something changed. Duke started doing something that left Sarah completely intrigued. He would stand next to the crib, absolutely motionless, with his eyes fixed on the baby for hours and hours. It wasn't an ordinary look. It was different, intense, almost worried. And you? Have you ever noticed your pet acting strangely? Comment down below. The first signs. At first, Sarah thought it was cute. She thought, how sweet, Duke is curious about the new family member. But as the days passed, that behavior intensified. Duke refused food. He didn't want to go for walks. He simply wouldn't leave the crib side. At night, while Sarah and her husband slept exhausted, like every couple with a newborn, Duke remained there, vigilant, alert, like a soldier fulfilling his most important mission. Friends who visited thought it was strange. Family members started to worry. Is he jealous? Maybe you should take Duke to another room in the house. The suggestions kept coming. But Duke wouldn't move. The night that changed everything. It was on a Tuesday at 3 in the morning. Sarah woke up to a different sound. It wasn't the baby crying. Mothers know how to distinguish every sound coming from the crib. It was Duke. He was growling. Duke had never growled in his life. With her heart racing, Sarah jumped out of bed and ran to the baby room. The scene she found made her freeze completely. Duke was in attack position. His fur bristled, his body tense, but he wasn't looking at the baby. He was looking at the baby monitor. Hit that like button now if you'd also be terrified in this situation. What the dog knew. Sarah approached slowly, trying to understand what was happening. That's when she heard it, a faint sound, almost imperceptible, coming from the monitor. It wasn't the baby's normal breathing. It was irregular, gasping. Something was very wrong. She immediately picked up Lucas. The little baby was pale, with slightly bluish lips. His tiny lungs were struggling to get air. Sarah screamed for her husband, called the emergency services, and within minutes, they were at the nearest hospital. The diagnosis? Severe neonatal apnea, a condition where the baby literally stops breathing during sleep. If it hadn't been detected in time, Lucas could have had serious neurological complications or worse. The doctor said they arrived at the exact moment. A few more minutes, and the story could have been completely different. The sixth sense of animals. Here's the part that will give you goosebumps. Duke knew. He knew from the very first moment they brought Lucas home. While humans need sophisticated medical equipment, monitors, and tests, our four-legged friend detected something that no one else could see. Veterinarians and animal behavior specialists explained to Sarah that dogs have an extraordinary ability to detect subtle changes. They perceive alterations in breathing, heartbeat, CO2 levels we exhale. It's as if they have a super-developed biological radar. But Duke had no training whatsoever. It was pure instinct,
pure love, that unexplainable connection that exists between us and our four-legged companions. Subscribe to the channel now for more incredible stories about the connection between humans and animals. The science behind the miracle. Scientific studies prove that dogs can detect chemical changes in the human body that precede medical crises. There are dogs trained to alert diabetics about drops in glucose, epileptics before seizures, and even detect certain types of cancer with impressive accuracy. But Duke had no training whatsoever. It was pure instinct, pure love, that unexplainable connection that exists between us and our four-legged companions. Subscribe to the channel now for more incredible stories about the connection between humans and animals.
Other stories that will move you. And it's not just Duke. Around the world, thousands of similar stories happen every day. Max, the cat who called 911 when his diabetic owner had a hypoglycemic crisis and fainted. Yes, the cat was trained to press an emergency button and saved his owner's life. Bella, the dog who barked non-stop until neighbors realized that a 3-year-old child had fallen into the pool. She woke up the entire neighborhood at 4 in the morning and didn't stop until someone went to check. Khan, the Doberman who threw a child away from him in the yard. The parents were furious until they discovered there was a venomous snake about to attack the baby. Khan was bitten instead of the child and survived thanks to quick treatment. Our pets are silent heroes who don't ask for recognition, medals, or applause. They simply love, protect, and care. Comment here, has your pet ever saved you from any situation? We want to know. What Sarah learned. Today, Lucas is 2 years old and completely healthy. He sleeps with a special monitor, but Duke continues to be his #1 guardian. Sarah says she learned a lesson she'll carry forever. Never underestimate your pet. That look, that different behavior, that insistence on doing something unusual, it may be much more than just a quirk. Duke can't speak with words, Sarah says emotionally, but he communicates in ways beyond our understanding. He's our four-legged angel, and I owe my son's life to him. The invisible bond. Think about it. When you come home stressed, who notices first? When you're sick, who doesn't leave your side? When you're sad, who shows up with that look that says, "I'm here"? Our pets know us better than many people. They don't judge, don't demand, don't abandon. They simply love unconditionally and would be willing to give their own lives for ours. And us? What do we do in return? We give food, shelter, and affection, the bare minimum. But they give us everything, absolutely everything they have. If you agree, leave your like and share this video with someone who loves animals. The final message. Duke and Lucas's story teaches us something fundamental. Pay attention to the signs. Your pet trying to tell you something important isn't fussiness or acting up. It could be a warning, an alert, a call for help. That cat meowing insistently might be feeling pain. That dog who doesn't want to eat might be detecting something wrong in you or the environment. That strange and repetitive behavior might be the way your best friend found to protect you. Duke proved that animals are much more than we think. They are guardians, therapists, saviors. They are family in the purest and truest word of the word. And you? What do you think about all this? Now I want to know. Have you ever experienced a situation where your pet demonstrated this kind of incredible intuition? Or do you know someone with a similar story? Comment down below. I love reading your stories, and who knows, your experience might appear in the next video. And don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and share this story with all the animal lovers you know. Let's spread these messages of love and awareness. See you in the next video with more emotional stories about this magical connection between humans and animals. Until then, give your pet a really tight hug and be grateful for having them in your life. A kiss
And remember, your pet is much more special than you imagine.